Okay, let's talk about what you're going to do with your physical mail now. So, again, I'm lucky. My folks live in AZ. I was able to just basically switch my address to their address. They get my mail and they open it when they need to, and scan anything and send it to me. So it's nice to have someone. If you're able to just reroute your mail to someone, that's a great way to do it. Not everyone is going to be just do that for you though. So I was lucky in that regard. There are services you can use, services that will basically do just that. They will open your mail, scan it. You'll receive it just as if it were an email, which is pretty cool. And then on some of those, there's also like the additional the option to basically cash checks for you or deposit checks in your account for you. So I'll make a list of those. Earth Class Mail is definitely like the most established one of those, the one that I would trust. This is a good time if you're intending to do the FEIE. I've alluded to this. This is the tax thing that basically saves you a huge chunk of money on your federal taxes. But if you're intending to either be out of the country indefinitely or definitely if you're intending to do the FEIE, this is the time at which you may want to look at changing your residency to a state that doesn't have state income tax. And that is because the FEIE will exempt you from up to $101,000 in federal tax, but you will still pay state income tax. And I think there's 6 states right now where that don't have state income tax. So federal is the big chunk. It's the one that is the lion's share of the tax that you're going to pay. But still, if you're like maybe a fifth of that is state income tax. So if you can, if you're intending to do the FEIE or intending to be gone indefinitely, this is the time at which you want to look at changing residency. And the reason being that once you're out of the country and you're doing the FEIE, some of these places may have a rule in terms of like how long you have to be there to get residency. I know South Dakota is one that is actually pretty easy to do this, but anyways, it's better to take care of it ahead of time so it doesn't consume any of your U.S. days under the FEIE if you do need to come back and take care of it once you start your trip, right? Okay, and then the other thing here is obviously, to the extent you can, switch all your billing to paperless billing. That just goes without saying, but like things like bill pay, being able to send checks through your bank, that's very useful. But switching any of the bills that you may have for services, if you're a freelancer in your business, your clients pay you by check, obviously to the extent you can get them to pay you another way, PayPal, credit card, TransferWise, any of these other methods, that would be preferable because anything you can do to reduce the mail you get, it's just less mail that needs to be scanned and that you need to worry about, right? Okay, so that's actually mail. That was pretty easy. I will post the links to the services that are worth looking at, but Earth Class Mail I would highly recommend as being kind of like the premier one. All right, so we just got one more lesson here. We're going to cover insurance, and then I will we'll wrap up and I'll summarize the homework for today.